Alright, friends, welcome back to History with Tim gameplay. So like I said, I'm going to start doing this little series. It's going to be, and I know I'm wearing my glasses, and I know you could probably see me recording this. Just bear with me, I do have to wear these sometimes because my eyes are slowly going. But, thanks, welcome back. Like I said last time, I'm doing these gameplays because, the Marshall videos were interesting, but there really wasn't a lot going on. It's just explaining everything, which is good. That's what we do here. It's an original channel, and I do enjoy teaching. But also, I like to do a little fun. So today we're going to be covering the Battle of the Pyramids. Now, before I get into that, welcome to the channel. My name's Tim. This is our channel. We discuss history here. We have original content. I actually just recently posted a video about the Grand Armée. We do a Friday podcast. My regular guest is usually my roommate Nick, who me and him have historical conversations very often. I know I probably look a little rugged. That's No Shave November. I'm trying to actually do it this year. But today we're going to be doing the Battle of Pyramids. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, and comment. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed, and let's discuss it. So the Battle of Pyramids took place on July 21st, 1798. Now, what this really was Napoleon at the time, only a general, with the army, I forgot the exact name of the army, but he had raised an army. The French Directoire had given it to him. The purpose of his army being sent to the Middle East was, one, to disrupt British trade in the region, but more importantly, it was to get a French foothold in the Middle East. Now, if we remember back in the 7 Years' War, France had lost most of its eastern colonies to England, especially their Indian colonies. This was France trying to now reestablish itself as a superpower. Another thing, though, was the Directoire, the government that was actually running France at the time, wanted to get rid of Napoleon. When he offered the idea to them, they were all gung-ho on it, mainly because it got him out of France. And they were viewing him somewhat of a Caesar-esque figure, and they weren't trusting him. They were very worried about what he could accomplish doing what he was doing, which, fast forward a few more years, he's emperor, so he did, in a way, achieve what the Caesars did. But he went there, he brought scientists, he brought archaeologists, it was along with the conquest, it was a fact-finding mission. They found the Rosetta Stone and other things. But when he first landed in Alexandria, the Mamelukes, who were the government running Egypt at the time for the Ottomans, obviously did not want to be invaded by France. So the way the Ottomans ran things, the Ottoman Empire, was the Ottoman Empire held sway over pretty much all of what used to be southern and eastern Roman Empire. So pretty much everything from Turkey down into the Middle East, almost to India, then south all the way almost to Algiers. I believe the Barbary states were a client state of the Ottoman Empire and things like that. So this is a very large empire. But the way the Ottomans would run it is, what they would do is they would say, your people can run it, but you pay taxes, and when we need military, you answer the call. Now, in Egypt, it was a little different. They gave power to the minority, the Mamelukes, who really were not well liked by the Egyptians. So that's why when Napoleon landed at Alexandria, he really wasn't faced off with anything, but the Mamelukes were raising troops to combat them. Now, Napoleon earlier in July actually would engage with a Mameluke force a few miles south of Alexandria. His objective was Cairo, which was the administrative capital of Egypt. 9 miles, on the 21st, though, he would engage at the pyramids with the majority of the Mameluke force. Now, he defeated them at the Battle of the Pyramids, and also would march on Cairo, and the defense force that was in Cairo actually fled after he defeated the Mameluke army at the pyramids. So today, what we're going to do, I'm going to see if I can do the same thing, and we'll discuss it, and we'll discuss his Egyptian campaign overall. A lot of people forget it wasn't just Egypt. He actually marched into Syria as well. But let's get into it first. Alright, friends, so here we go. Like always, I'm going to let Napoleon explain what's about to go down, and gives me a second to mentally prepare.
July 21st, 1798. The Mameluke army is old-fashioned, but their cavalry is swift and deadly. Our cavalry reserves are limited. Our only hope of defeating the enemy is to adopt square formations and hope to survive the coming charge. The villages of Embabeh and Biktil will be key to success. Embabeh, to the east, is held by Mameluke artillery and overlooks our flank. I must take this quickly to prevent serious losses. The Ottoman army consists of a large number of Mamluk. Square formations will be key to our success on the battlefield. Biktil, in the west, is held by our forces. I should use this as a foothold to push into the Mameluke ranks. Using the French army's superior weaponry, technology and training to their fullest extent will be the best way to secure my victory.
Alright, let's see what we can do. First of all, let me get over here because I am most concerned about holding this position. Lucky for me, it's high ground. Full double ranks. Moving. Let's start numbering artillery. Need to start peppering the field. I'm gonna move infantry a little forwards just because I'm not gonna be able to defend everything. Okay, here they come. Alright. Get them in there. Them face off. Get me more. Put this infantry here. These fellas here. See, this is my only issue. I don't like how spread out I have to be here. Arcole, I didn't have to be this spread out. Let's flip those squares. Here they come. Oh, no. Yeah, they took out more of our guys than they took out them. If I can take out the cavalry, though, I'll be fine. French infantry is good enough. Where's the cavalry I need here, though? Here comes Mameluke. Mameluke's right up my right flank, too. That's not going to end well for me, but it's better than nothing. Let's rejigger these guys over here as well. Okay. Oh no. They completely missed them. Forming so square now. Go. Slam into them, give some support. Let's get these boys over here to help them. Yeah, this is, like I said, this is going to be rough. This is going to be a rough one. I'm very spread out, and I don't like it. Do not like it one bit. We broke some of them, but there's still a lot remaining. Oh, these guys are done. Oh, they won? See, this is the only thing, is they're not very... Oh, wait. Do they have spikes up? Oh, that's not going to end well for me. Ooh, good thing I had stopped. Go back. Let's push them off the hill. Alright, now here's where we're going to strike into a problem. All of the cavalry disengaged. I only have a few more left. Okay. Lost another cavalry unit? Oh, they came back. Oh my god. I finished them off. Okay, and again, I think the infantry will be able to handle these guys pretty well. So I'm not overly concerned about that, but I am overly concerned about this. My grenadiers are routed. That's not good. When did that happen? Go down, take these guys out. See, this is very chaotic, what's going on here. So much cavalry still left. This is not even funny. Okay. Back to the top of the hill. Get some flanking fire into them. I mean, they're not doing bad, so to speak. Let's kill these guys. Let's see if I can actually use the dunes to my advantage. There's Napoleon. Okay, I hope having the flanking coming in is gonna start disrupting things a bit. Or these guys are gonna pull back. That's great. Chase these guys out. Oh no. Wait, let them get clear. Back to a square. Get to a square. Get to a square. Get back there. That was a real close one. Oh, and I guess they lost. That's great. Yeah, so I failed taking that flank, huh? I hate to do this because I want to make sure I have protection over here, but at the same time, I kind of don't care because I'm about to get hit again. I gotta say, this also is not really giving me what Napoleon probably had. Napoleon probably had a much fresher army. I don't know why I only had 100 guys each. Kind of not realistic, in my opinion, but whatever. Not to be that guy, but to be that guy. Like... I know there's more Mameluke cavalry somewhere. I don't know where they are, but I know they're there. Why are you not shooting? Oh my god, this is brutal. This is rough. Let's get to the other campaigns. I have to beat this one. The other battles, I have to beat this one. Alright, let's see if this will push him out. Okay. Yep. Alright. I mean, I didn't exactly have that sizable of a force before this started, but at the same time, I feel like this was unnecessarily brutal. But you know the other thing is, with a map like this, you don't actually know what's going on because of the way the field is. So what we're going to do is we're going to slowly start slinking our way over there to face off with these guys, because I feel like something's up. Because I feel like, why haven't they advanced on me yet? Oh, jeez, that was a good hit. Yeah, it actually wasn't really the Battle of the Pyramids. Napoleon kind of called it that, just because it was a little more... It was... The pyramids were 9 miles away. I don't know where this tale that Napoleon opened fire on the pyramids came from. He never did that. It just was... They could see the like it was just like this. They could see the pyramids behind them. They weren't actually firing on the pyramids. Let's move them up there just to be safe. Okay, he's probably still doing shrapnel, so let's stop that. You know, the sad thing is, I probably killed more guys by accident with these dudes than they actually killed. Oh, they're out. Oh, okay. Alright, let's see what's going on here. These actual musketmen? Palestinian auxiliaries. Alright. Yeah, so like I said, Palestine at this time, you know, that whole region, you know, Jerusalem, Israel, Palestine, Syria, they all were actually part of the same principality in the Ottoman Empire, because what had happened was when Rome fell, for the longest time, it was kind of just chaos in those regions, but then Salahuddin, after the Crusades, reorganized them. Salahuddin, who's one of the founders of the Ottoman Empire, he actually, you know, a lot of these places earned their name from the Romans. So a place like Palestine was actually Syria Palestinia, which was a Roman word. That's where the name Palestine and Syria both come from. It's actually Rome. It's Latin. A lot of people don't realize that, which is, you know, and I'm not, this is not me trying to get into a discussion about whatever modern issues or things you have about what's going on in the Middle East right now. This is me just stating a fact that that is, in fact, where the name Palestine and Syria came from, was the Romans. It was not from any doctrine or anything. It was the Roman name for the regions. A lot of people don't realize that, which I think is very interesting, because, you know, a lot of people sometimes speak without knowing the facts of situations. But, yeah. And the Ottomans actually, from what I've understood, were not terrible, like, you know, to the Hebrews and the Israelites and the Muslims and everything they treated. It was, when you have a multicultural empire like that, you need to be able to balance things. You know, this is something that the British often are criticized about, because the British became a multicultural empire, but they didn't really look to become a melting pot, so to speak. whereas the Ottomans did. But again, with the English, it was a little different. Their empire was born out of, I guess you can say, commerce. That's why the empire was the way it was. Whereas the Ottoman Empire was all different cultures coming together. So, you know, it's big of me to probably try to say, like, you know, whatever. But at the same time, you know, facts are facts. But Napoleon was actually... A lot of the people think Napoleon was actually trying to just make out his own little kingdom in Egypt and Syria. Because he had the Quran translated into French. He actually loved the Quran. I think had he not become emperor, he would have actually probably converted to Islam. He was a very great follower in that. And, you know, it's interesting because you see someone like Napoleon, you know, the man was ordained by the Pope. And he really did enjoy the Quran. He found the stories very inspiring. He loved the teachings of Muhammad. But at the end of the day, he was a Frenchman. He was raised Catholic. He was actually, you know, one of my first videos of Napoleon, someone got into a debate with me about his heritage and his cultural influence. Napoleon was Corsican. At that time, Corsican culturally was closer to other countries living on the Italian peninsula. So when I say Napoleon was Italian, I'm not saying he's Italian as in he's from Italy. I'm saying he's Italian as in the culture he grew up in was Italian. And Italian culture was very Catholic. You know, the Papal States and all that. Napoleon, though, was also a very fervent believer in the French Revolution. So that's another reason he kind of was done with the church, because in his opinion, the church had done wrong. But also, he knew to keep the masses, you know, sane and safe and everything, you needed religion. Very, very interesting, the way Napoleon worked his situations. But yeah, he actually did spend quite some time in Syria. He got pushed back at Acre, I believe. He never made it to Damascus. But also at this time, now you have the Ottomans themselves being aware of the situation and being like, this guy is invading us. We need to do something about it. And that's where you have the British finally getting involved and being like, okay, well, we'll help you. Disengage, actually, you gotta stay here. How are we doing? Oh, again with the 20 minutes. I think these battles are actually about 40 minutes, because if this is the halfway mark, that means I'm almost done. This was brutal, though. Like, look at this. This is definitely worse than Arcole. A lot more dead French this round. I can't even imagine what our casualties are going to look like. Oh, no. There we go. Yeah, if you notice, the cavalry are all Mamelukes, but most of the artillery was Ottoman. It's because the Mamelukes were much more horsemen than they were infantry or cavalry. So yeah, you have that's Murad Bey, and here is Irad Bey. That was the other gentleman's name. Those were the two commanders. They were actually both Mamelukes, but for the game, obviously, one's going to be an Ottoman and one's going to be a Mameluke, just because technically they both were Ottoman generals. They just were Mamelukes too. I know I keep saying Mameluke and everyone's probably getting so confused. Everyone's probably thinking I'm talking about the cartoon dog. Yeah, this was rough, guys. This was a rough battle. But also, my regiments only all started out with 100 guys, which isn't the normal situation. So I don't know why that happened. Okay, you know what? Let's just kill them. You think they would turn, seeing a massive wave of soldiers running at them? Like, if I had a mod, that would make sense, but I don't have a mod, so yeah. Who are they firing at? Oh, I think I actually made them just start randomly firing over there. That might be on me. I just want to kill these guys at this point. I'm kind of sick of... This was... The thing is, I think this was actually longer than Okole, but I think just because so much more... Oh, they're all running now. Okay. Gotcha.
The glories and treasures of Egypt will soon be mine.
Whew.
To walk in the footsteps of Caesar.
Yeah, no, that was not what I was expecting. I'll be honest, I haven't played these battles in a long time, so that was definitely not what I was expecting. But we won. We did it, guys. We did it. Let's look at our casualties, shall we? Ooh, I'm so good. Ibram Bey. I think I said Ibram, but I'm good. I don't know if they were actually related. That might just be, like... I don't know. It's strange. I definitely lost more guys this game. Last game, I think I lost only like 100. This definitely was much more men. Yard Bay only walked away with 56. Well, again, because he wasn't really a lot of infantry. He was mainly he wasn't a lot of soldiers. He was mainly like artillery and stuff. They walked away with more guys. No. Oh. Who walked away with more guys? I think I did. So there are kills. Who got the most? That shocks me. I wouldn't have thought that. I would have thought it'd be one of the grenadiers. Who lost the most? Yeah, that makes sense. I think they got routed. All right. Oh yeah, I forgot they actually did fight. I sent them in. Oh yeah. All right, well, friends, that was the Battle of the Pyramids, and we won it. All right, friends. Well, so that was the Battle of the Pyramids. We thank you so much for joining us today. Next week we will be doing the Battle of Austerlitz. So this is actually going to be, that one will probably be one of the harder ones, because that's where I'll be taking on both the Russian army and the Austrian, well, the Holy Roman Empire, but the Austrian army. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned a little something, even with my frustrated bickering to myself. I hope you all have a great week. Napoleon will be out very soon. Can't wait to talk to you all about that. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Please like, share, and comment as always. And we will see you in the next one.